My feet ache. I don't remember anymore how long I've been walking for. In fact, I don't really remember much of anything at all. Except that I decided to walk away from the earth and towards the greenhouse at the center of the sky. I'd seen a flyer at the bus stop on my way to work. "Begin your pilgrimage to our beautiful garden," it said. "We have refreshments and sandwiches." The flyer made a tempting offer, and the allure of the greenhouse convinced me. So that morning, instead of going to work, I started walking. The company facilitating the pilgrimage had already laid out the road and everything, and I just had to walk. So it wasn't difficult to get started. Like I said, I just had to walk. But walking was getting to me. Before this, I'd never gone more than 5 hours with no breaks, and I've been walking for months now. Sometimes on the way, I'd see other pilgrims sprawled on the ground, clearly collapsed from exhaustion. But it was an unspoken rule amongst those of us making the journey that these people were to be ignored. As well, there were staff positioned at checkpoints along the way, denoting how far you'd gone so far. 1 quintillionth of the way there, 4 quintillionths of the way there, and so on. Their tight smiles would falter if you were seen with more pilgrims, and we took it as a sign that we ought not travel in groups. Traveling alone gave me time to think about what I'd do once I arrived at the greenhouse anyways. My feet burn. Swollen and blistered, they've started to degrade. I had to get rid of my shoes. The blood and pus expressed from the lesions in my feet had started to pool in them, so to avoid further complications, I abandoned them at one of the staff stations. This one marked 27 quintillionths of the way there. The staff member took them with a more cheerful than would-like look on their face and thanked me for my contribution to the company, assuring me that my shoes would be repurposed for a great cause. I was curious what they could possibly use my soiled and tattered shoes for, but didn't bother to ask. I got the sense that they didn't take kindly to too much prying, and at this point, I really didn't want to risk being barred from the greenhouse once I arrived. That being said, however, I was beginning to grow a little wary of the company's staff. At about 22 quintillionths, I began to wonder, who's doing the hiring at this company? What's the vetting process? Every single staff member I'd come across so far seemed so high-strung, like they might explode if I said the wrong thing. I hadn't seen anything like that yet. I mean, everything and everyone was nothing but pleasant. But there was just an energy about them all that made me afraid to say too much or stand out too far. As I reflected on that, I noticed a work crew up ahead, building the station for 28 quintillionths. I was a little surprised. I mean, I figured the infrastructure must have been finished by now, and even if it wasn't, that it would be much further along than this. What was even worse was that the road up ahead wasn't paved, and there had been a path so far that was just mud, which was seeping some sort of inky black liquid. I asked one of the workers, "Is there some way to get around this, like maybe some kind of detour?" I was hoping perhaps that I was just on one of many possible paths to my final destination, and that this one just happened to not be finished yet. But the worker didn't even glance in my direction. I looked ahead and saw other pilgrims trudging forward through the mud. Seeing that, I decided I didn't really have much choice and continued walking, following the footprints of other journeymen. My feet are unrecognizable. When I peel back my wet socks, the smell is revolting. When I trace my fingers along the soles of my feet, I don't feel it at all. The skin, bloated and translucent, only rests on the flesh beneath them, more akin to cloth cast loosely over top than something elastic and tightly wrapped. I still have 4 nails on each foot, but I haven't let myself get too attached to any of them. I see fewer pilgrims now. Without markers, it's somehow easier and harder to stay motivated to walk, if that makes sense. I've lost track of time and everything is monotonous. Even my thoughts have begun to devolve into nonsense. Every time I recall a person or memory from my life, it warps a little bit. A broken telephone signal that regresses until all that's left is noise. At first, it was just memories. The way my childhood home smelled, my parents' faces, phone numbers. But I think it's starting to affect more foundational bodily functions. Words don't come as easily to me anymore, and my coordination is worse than it used to be. Hopefully my condition doesn't progress. I can at least remember that I was going to some sort of heaven in the sky, where I would be met with a feast. I am unrecognizable. My feet have long since rotted off, and the same afflictions they faced now plague my hands, my torso, my face. The mud that I drag myself through continues to get wetter and deeper, and I haven't thought a single word for months. I come across pockets of liquid now where I can see my own reflection. I'm sure that had I seen myself in this state before, when I first started, I would have been horrified. But right now it doesn't even register that the pale, bloated figure reflected in the water is me. I've forgotten now what it was that I was doing. Most of my neural capacity is spent inflating and deflating my lungs, moving my limbs, and pumping my heart. There are no more pilgrims on the path. It has been thousands of years since I initially set out. I arrive at the greenhouse in the sky. I arrive at my grandmother's house, the last time I'll be there before she dies. I arrive at my first day of school. I arrive at my prom. I arrive at the pool where I almost drowned my sister. I arrive at my sister's funeral. I arrive at the public garden outside my local community center. I arrive at my first bedroom that I can remember. I arrive at the village idiot's baptism. I arrive at a church that I'm certain I've been to before, even though I've never been. I arrive at the airport I took off from the first time I rode a plane. I arrive at a screening of my least favorite movie in the theater where I lost my virginity. I arrive at the heart of the Great Pyramid of Giza. I arrive at the mouth of a cave somewhere only 3 people have ever been. I arrive at the scene of a crime, but the crime is petty thievery. I arrive at the special needs classroom for my elementary school. I arrive at my therapist's office, which I always found to be a little drab. I arrive at the library, where I once watched a spoiled child shred my favorite book. I arrive at my factory job and watch as one of my coworkers loses 4 fingers on their left hand in one of the machines. I arrive at the delivery room, where I was stillborn. I arrive at an ex-girlfriend's house after she told me never to speak to her again. I arrive at a storage locker where all of the world's most valuable items are hidden away. I arrive at the filing cabinet where Sandra from accounting hides her second phone from her husband so he doesn't find out about her affair. I arrive at heaven's gates, only to find that they're cheaply and hastily constructed. I arrive at the heart of hell, only to find that it's actually kind of a comfortable temperature here. I arrive at the gallows and watch myself be executed from the audience. I arrive at someone I only sort of know's wedding and steal items from the registry. I arrive at a town ravaged by an angry god and attempt to comfort the citizens. I arrive at the greenhouse in the sky. I arrive at the greenhouse in the sky. I arrive at the greenhouse in the sky. I arrive at the greenhouse in the sky.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Nick for reading my little thing I wrote. It's Nick Phokeev, everybody. Listen to his music, Ghost Hands, on all your music streaming platforms. And then also thanks to Andy and the sound people, of whom there are several. Thank you to Tanya and my adjudicators. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening.